Hello everybody, happy Friday. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Time for a flashback Friday. We're going back to 1991, Topps Major League Baseball, the real one. Looking for Astros cards, Wade Boggs card, Chipper Jones rookie card. Let's see what we got. 1 in 100 chance of a vintage card. No, 1 in 1,000, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll get that. Always a chance for some gum from Topps back in the day. 2 pieces. If you're interested in gum, let me know in the comments. Looks like Chris James took the stain. We got Mark Knudsen of the Brewers. Tim Layana of the Reds, Terry Shumpert, the Royals, Steve Sachs for the Yankees, Dave Magadan for the Mets, Big Ben McDonald for the Orioles, Chris James for the Indians, Adam Peterson, White Sox, Travis Fryman for the Detroit Tigers, Jeff Pico for the Cubs, who are playing the Astros tonight. And the Astros hopefully will pull that one out. And the series. Chris Gwynn, the Dodgers. Ricky Henderson, who was Nolan Ryan's 5,000th strikeout. If you've never watched it, go watch that confrontation. Nolan Ryan versus Ricky Henderson and Nolan's 5,000th strikeout. Greg Olson, catcher for the Braves. Jesse Orosco, I believe he's the all-time leader in appearances. And last, Red Sox, Luis Rivera. So no Astros. What a bummer. No Chipper, no Boggs. Also got mail. The first 2 cards are from mail from a while back, but I never showed it. But these are courtesy of Nicholas at Pick 2 Rips. Nicholas, he usually rips 3 packs at a time, and he'll give away 2 cards out of those 3 packs. And I won. All you got to do is comment. And I won these 2 cards. So this is a flashback also, going back to 1986. We have Spud Webb. Spud Webb entered the 1986 Slam Dunk contest, and he was the Slam Dunk champion. He was only 5.5 foot tall, but was still able to slam the basketball, as you can see there. And I always enjoyed watching Spud play the game. He's like the 3rd all-time shortest player in the NBA, but he still could dunk a basketball. And then also in 1986, this guy was a rookie. Well, the 85 season he was a rookie, but in the 86 Super Bowl, he was, as it says here, he's a defensive tackle, but the Bears put him in at the fullback position, and he was able to get a touchdown in the Super Bowl as a rookie. So I won those 2 cards from Nicholas at Pick 2 Rips. So y'all go check out his channel. I'll leave his link in the description. Also, these cards I won from Ken and Marc over at Vintage Card Voyage. I'll leave their link in the description as well. Another great channel. I believe Ken is an Expos fan and Marc is a Tigers fan. But I always enjoy watching their channel. I'm pretty new to them, but go check them out as well. But I won these cards. Larry Bird, my all-time favorite basketball player. Larry scored 60 points March the 12th, 1985 versus the Atlanta Hawks. And what I didn't know until recently is that game happened in New Orleans. because the Hawks played some of their games in New Orleans, and that particular game occurred in New Orleans. But 60 points in a game is pretty impressive by Bird. Next card I got, my second favorite basketball player of all time, Charles Barkley. Speaking of most points, the most points he scored was 56 points versus the Golden State Warriors, May the 4th, 1994. And I always shout out my fellow Alabamians, and as you can see, Sir Charles was born February the 20th, 1963 in Leeds, Alabama. Played for my Auburn Tigers in college, as you can see, from 81 to 84. Just a great player. And the thing that impresses me the most is Charles is number 19 in all-time rebounds. And on the all-time rebound list, you'll find the trees of centers, but for Charles to be number 19th in all-time rebounds is pretty impressive to me. Up next, we got Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan's sidekick in Chicago. I like this card. It's got the Celtics he's playing against as Reggie Lewis, and it's at the Boston Garden, as you can see, the parquet floor. But interesting thing about Scottie Pippen is he was born in Hamburg, not Germany, but Hamburg, Arkansas. Up next, we have Ralph Sampson, 7'4", as you can see. Tall guy. He's the first overall pick in the 1983 NBA draft. Kenny the Jet Smith, who was the 6th overall pick in the 1987 draft. He won back-to-back NBA championships with the team shown here, the Houston Rockets. Here's a card of Dikembe Mutombo, who is second all-time in the NBA in blocked shots with 3,289. Third all-time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with exactly 100 less, 3,189. But great player Dikembe, changed the game defensively. Dominique Wilkins, one of my favorite all-time to watch. His name is Dominique, but really his first name is Jock Dominique Wilkins, known as the Human Highlight Film. He scored 57 points 2 times in 1986. So that was a good year for him. As I've already mentioned, Spud Webb, it was a good year for him, and Refrigerator Perry. So 1986 was a great year. I like 1986 as we talk about flashbacks. Here's a card of Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing. Hakeem Olajuwon, I already mentioned who was number 2 and number 3 in all-time block shots. Well, who's number 1 all-time? Hakeem Olajuwon, 3,830 blocks. That's a lot of blocks. And then there, Patrick Ewing. He was the first overall pick in the 1985 draft. And the most points he ever scored was in 1990 versus my Celtics with 51 points. Anytime you get over 50 points in an NBA game is pretty impressive. Here we have John Stockton, classic confrontation versus Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson, his middle name is Maurice. It reminds me of a Steve Miller song. But he served as the 55th mayor of Sacramento, California. And then John Stockton is the all-time NBA assist leader with 15,806 assists. That's a lot of assists. One of my favorite stats in basketball is assists, which shows you're not selfish. I like that in a basketball player, unselfishness. And Stockton was definitely unselfish. Some football cards as well. I showed my 2 favorite basketball players. Here's my favorite defensive football player in the NFL, Steve Atwater. who is the career interception leader at Arkansas, the college Arkansas, with 14. He played quarterback in high school. I didn't know that till recently reading about it. He played quarterback in high school, but he changed when he got to Arkansas. Anthony Munoz. I mentioned that Scottie Pippen was born in Hamburg, Arkansas, not to be confused with Hamburg, Germany. Well, Anthony Munoz was born in Ontario, not Canada, but Ontario, California. Andre Tippett. I like that name, Tippett. He is my fellow Alabamian, born in Birmingham, Alabama. As you can see there, born 12/27/59, Birmingham, Alabama. He's a Hall of Famer. He finished his career with exactly 100 sacks, which is good for top 65 all time. The all-time leader had 200, so he had exactly half of that, 100. But anything over 100 sacks in a career is great in the NFL. Two more cards. Thurman Thomas, who is Oklahoma State's all-time leading rusher with 5,001 yards. And then last, we have Bruce Matthews, who started 293 games in the NFL, which is third all-time. That's pretty impressive, 293. Only trailing number 1, Tom Brady, and number 2, Brett Favre, for all-time games played in the NFL, games started in the NFL. So there you have it. Cards that I got from Vintage Card Voyage. Y'all go check them out. So thank you, Vintage Card Voyage, for these cards. Thank you, Nicholas, that picked 2 rips, for the 2 cards you sent there. Always appreciative of those that share their collection. I'm also super appreciative of those that take the time to watch these videos. It means a lot. I hope you're having a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. My time is up. I thank you for yours. Be kind all the time, and may God bless you.